Hi DIYers, Sterling with Alarm Grid here. Today we're going to show you how to delete a zone on your 2 gig Go control panel. So we've shown you how to learn in sensors, and some people for whatever reason may need to delete a zone. Perhaps you've removed a sensor, or you had a sensor failure or a sensor that was damaged, or you were replacing one type of device with another type of device, so therefore you'd like to delete a zone in your system. It may not be as intuitive as you may think, and we're going to show you exactly what you need to do to delete the zone. So from the home screen, we can hit our Go Control hotkey to get into programming. We need to type in our installer code. By default, it's 1561, and then System Configuration. The first thing we get to is Q1, select RF sensor number. So the 2 gig Go control works with up to 48 wireless zones. We're going to go ahead and delete our Zone 1 front door, which has already been programmed. So to advance into the Zone 1 settings, you hit the down arrow. Once we selected zone number 1, the first thing we're shown is the sensor type. The sensor type affects how the zone reports to the system, and also how the system will report to the central station when that particular zone is triggered. We have our Zone 1 set to Exit Entry 1 because it's our front door, which is a door we use when the system is armed. So when we arm the system, we can pass through that zone and then close the door. At the end of the exit delay, it's now a protected zone. If it was to open again, it would set off the alarm. So if we wanted to remove that sensor from our front door because we're replacing the sensor, or because we no longer had the front door zone, all you have to do is change the sensor type to unused. Now, if you wanted, backing out of programming and locking those settings in at this point, that would delete the sensor. But if you ever wanted to come back to Zone 1, you may be confused by the fact that there is still a serial number in there, and also there's still a zone descriptor of front door. So what I also recommend doing, after changing the sensor type to unused, is to go ahead and clear out the existing serial number. Once you've done that, I also recommend you clear out the words front and door. That way it will look like a brand new, fresh zone if you ever wanted to come back in here and make zone changes. Now, of course, whenever you program your zone, you're asked all these questions, so those last two options aren't critical or required, but it is recommended. Once we hit skip, end, and exit, we've locked in our change, and our Zone 1 sensor out on our front door will no longer ever activate this system unless it's reprogrammed. We certainly would never expect you to have any issues with your 2 gig sensors, very high quality security equipment, but things happen. If you taped it to the door and it fell and hit the ground and broke, or if you're changing from a surface mount contact to a recessed contact, these are some of the things that may happen where you would want to be able to delete the zone. So we hope you've enjoyed that video on deleting a zone from your 2 gig Go control. If you found it to be helpful, please subscribe to our channel, and if you have any questions on deleting your Go control zones, email support@alarmgrid.com.